Russian Foreign Minister Sergei Lavrov has strongly criticized the United States for what he called pressure tactics against India and China over trade and energy purchases, saying Washington's threats of tariffs are proving ineffective. Speaking on Russia's state-run Channel 1 TV program, The Great Game, Lavrov cautioned the Trump administration against issuing ultimatums to countries like India and China, calling them ancient civilizations that would never yield to such pressure. He said both China and India are ancient civilizations, and talking to them like either you stop doing what I don't like or I'll impose tariffs on you won't work. The ongoing contacts between Beijing and Washington, between New Delhi and Washington, show that the American side understands it too. He also addressed the growing list of sanctions imposed on Moscow by the US and its allies. He said Russia has already adapted to years of restrictions and would continue to do so. The foreign minister said, frankly speaking, I don't see any problem with the new sanctions imposed on Russia. An enormous amount of sanctions, unprecedented for that period, were imposed during President Donald Trump's first term. Later, during President Joe Biden's term, sanctions were used as a replacement for any diplomatic effort. There was no search for compromise. Over the past 2 months, US President Donald Trump has sharply escalated his tariff measures on Indian goods, doubling duties from 25% to 50%. The move came after New Delhi continued its oil imports from Russia despite repeated warnings from Washington. Lavrov added, besides the fact that this undermines the economic well-being of these countries, it creates very serious difficulties for them, forcing them to seek new markets and new sources of energy supplies. But more importantly, this is a moral and political opposition to this approach. Trump's White House trade advisor, Peter Navarro, has repeatedly attacked India, calling it the Maharaja of tariffs. In a September 15 interview with CNBC International, Navarro accused Indian refiners of being in bed with Russian refiners and claimed elites were profiteering at the expense of local workers.